quarterback shit when I'm I said I said quarterback shit when I'm under the center. Game plan sick, talking under the weather. You know what we doing? I need that all expense paid inclusive. I'm the plug, so I'm plugged into it. About money like with Jewish white Christmas. I'm Scrooge, bitch. My mood is on cruise ship. If you ain't tuned in, you ain't vibing with my moon man. I move shit like Kerry. I'm the cold truth, Fletcher Reed, Jim Carrey. Everything mooey, that mean the price varies. Need that designer cream shit and all Ben and Jerry's. Cream get the money like 36 chambers. Baskin Robbins shit, 31 flavors. Keep it moving.
I can make things move. I can make things move. I can make things move. I can make things move.
Everything on me. Yeah, tell him Bogart scot-free. Lottie-dottie. Fuck with blow shoot, trolling pop molly. Heard I carry weight, move packs like a dolly. And I stay fuming, clock me doing Godspeed. Business booming, back-to-back trips, moving multiple units. Got mules, got universal soldiers, getting money for sure. Yeah, we ain't shrugging shoulders. You think I'm lucky getting over, made it far cause I'm sharp, fuck a 4-leaf clover. On my 89, minus the flat top. Getting packs off, smoking on the cash crop. Money talk, if you're broke then you can't talk. Play a never ending ball game, Sandlot.
I can make things move. I can make things move. I can make things move.
Getting money when I land there. Smoking all loud so I can't hear. And if your boys bring the noise, all y'all pussies getting scraped pap smear. Codeine got me leaning, pizza. Put your boy on point, pyramid of Giza. I'ma rock like this till I'm an old geezer. No pizza parlor, but we deliver pizzas. Ask Uncle Sam, I'm taxing. Look, ma, no hands, telepathic. I can make things move, I'm carefully calculated when I make these moves. I run shit, don't let me get loose. I'm all about my decks, trying not to get goosed. Keep it moving.
What's up? With episode 24. Let's go. Let me shout out the chat. Emil King, what's up, fellas? Happy Friday the 13th. Let's go. Bolt up, everybody. JD, you want to hit that merch drop? Right, head on over to neonpeacockmerch.com. I believe there's a sale going on till the 16th. It's 40% off everything and $13 tees, and I believe it's to 3/16, 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time, which would be, so that's when the sale ends. So, head on over to neonpeacockmerch.com. Check out shirts. Check out everything on over there. You got custom T-shirts, hoodies, hats, coffee mugs, drinkware, pillows, framed artwork. And as I said, if Peacock had designed it, you can't wear it, shrink it, have it on your wall. Man, that's some good stuff. As I said, welcome to episode 24. Now, it's going to be a good one. Well, welcome back to the Chargers Power Hour. I'm your host, Lee, and today we got a packed episode because the Los Angeles Chargers season is officially underway, and we're already seeing some major roster moves and could shape the team for the 2026 NFL season. Let's fucking go. I hope everyone's NFL teams had a great free agency. I know JD's happy with his. I know Peacock's happy with his. I know all the boys are all happy with their free agency, but hey, I'll get to the drift of that stuff. But today I'm gonna break down a lot of stuff. We got the return of the Mack attack. We got the new offensive additions for Justin Herbert, the evolving identity under Jim Harbaugh, the major shakeups around the AFC West. It's been a crazy week, trust me. The offensive line concerns, the uncertain future of Quentin Johnson, and how the Chargers draft outlook is changing and evolving. Well, free agency is heating up, and the Chargers front office is moving quickly. And the roster is beginning to take shape under year 2 under Jim Harbaugh, going into year 3. So let's go. Let's get to JD, you want to pull up the Mack attack? The Mack sack attack is back. And that's the big news. Khalil Mack returns for his 13th season. And it's the most of any team he's played for. He's now the 5th season with the Los Angeles Chargers. All right. The team re-signed the veteran pass rusher to 1 year, $18 million. I remember last show I said, man, we got to bring him back. Why didn't the Chargers go after A.J. Brown? All righty. King, let me tell you this. We were in the discussions. I think discussions were we just weren't ready to give up a first rounder and a second rounder for a 28-year-old receiver. I know people are like, oh, that's fine. But New England's backed off there too. So I don't know. Maybe we got a direction. Maybe we got something going on. I do not know, man. There was a couple teams. Hey, shout out Derek. What's up? Salute, brother. And shout out to everyone in the chat. But yeah, we signed Mack for $18 million in 1 year. So, there was rumors he could have gone to Derek's Cowboys if he hit free agency. But you know what? The Mack attack is back. I mean, this move happened right before free agency window opened, which was nice, which tells you something important. The Chargers did not want Khalil Mack reaching the open market because he would have had a market. There was the Cowboys. There were several teams that were hoping. I know he could have returned back to Vegas or he could have gone back to Chicago. There was rumors, but he didn't. So thank God. The Chargers did not want Mack hitting the open market. Multiple teams around the league were expected to pursue him. I knew that there was quite a few. The contenders were reportedly monitoring his situation, but ultimately he came back to the Bolts, and that was good. I mean, we needed that. I mean, we did lose a key piece in free agency. So Mack enters his 13th year, and 2020 will be once again the anchor of the Chargers front. And honestly, when you look at his production, this move makes complete football sense for the Los Angeles Chargers. He has been an anchor for our line. And despite being one of the older elite edge rushers in the league, Khalil Mack is still playing at an extremely high level. So, to me, it was a must bring. I mean, he remains one of the most technically defined pass rushers in football. Yes, he's old, but he hasn't really shown he's lost a step all the time. I mean, Emil says, well, A.J. Brown's not good fit for the Chargers. No, I mean, Emil, I did at a time. I thought it was more of a name with a need, but I wasn't ready to give up the draft capital and all that stuff. So I was hoping we would have done something at receiver. I know we went after Shaheed and we went after Pierce. We offered Pierce $30 million, just like the 49ers and the Patriots, and he turned them all three down and went back to Indy. So, hey, Pierce got the bag, but we did offer him $30 million. So it says, hey, we weren't in the market for a wide receiver, but hey, it is what it is, what happens. But, to me, with Mack, one of the most getting Mack back it was huge, Derek. Yeah, it was, especially what we lost too. Yeah, but we lost one of the most technical defined pass rusher, a dominant edge setter against the run, a locker room leader. I think that's another huge key piece why he was brought back. Is he's loved in that locker room. I know Tully loves him. I know the whole edge rushing room. They love that guy, man. He's a leader for them, and I'm glad we have that presence back. He's also a tone setter for our defense. He brings. I mean, I watched the get those motherfuckers riled up. Is his speeches, and I'm for it, but I'm glad we brought him back. He's a physical player, and for the team that wants to play physical hardball football, that's the man to bring back. Keeping Mack was critical, and we did that. But no, also about Mack, I mean, his impact and it's a legacy. I mean, let's talk about just how productive Mack has been since joining the Chargers. Over the past 4 seasons with the Chargers, he has recorded 36.5 sacks, 232 quarterback pressures, 91 point PFF grade. Come on now. We weren't letting that go out the building, and then we didn't do that. So those numbers are elite, and you're not going to find another person out there on the market with that. So and he was a locker room favorite, and it was for us, it was key to bring him back. I mean, but what makes even more impressive with when they happen in his career. I mean, most pass rushers start declining around this stage in their career. Khalil Mack hasn't shown that, and that's one thing I'm loving. He hasn't shown it. He's consistently doing his thing. I mean, but Mack has remained incredibly productive because of his elite technique, power, leverage, and his football IQ. And that's the best part about the whole thing. I mean, and there's another interesting stat is since joining the Chargers, Mack has already surpassed his sack total from his time with the Chicago Bears and the Raiders. I mean, he's now 4.5 sacks away from surpassing his total from his Raiders tenure, which was, I think, it was Raiders tenure. I mean, that means the Chargers might actually be witnessing the most productive late career stretch of Khalil Mack's career. So that's pretty much remarkable for a player entering year 13 of your NFL career, especially an edge rusher. So to me, hey, that's the Jim Harbaugh identity. He likes hard-nosed football players. He takes no shit. He likes that kind of shit, I mean, but also one of the biggest storylines surrounding the Chargers right now is the identity shift under Jim Harbaugh. Harbaugh has always believed in very specific brand of football. It's hard-nosed football. His teams are built around physicality, running the football, controlling the line of scrimmage, winning the time of possession, and playing complementary defense. What's this? Are you worried about the defense now that Minter is not there anymore? To be honest with you, I know that's a big loss. But Chris O'Leary was here 2 years ago, so the familiarity with the system is, from what I've gathered, Emil, it's not going to change too much. But I think Minter, losing Minter is going to be a big loss. But I think it's not going to take. It's going to hit a setback. But you know what? I mean, there's always turnover with every team. Yeah, I think the defense is not good. It's going to be a top. I'm glad we were top 5 last year. Hopefully we can stay there. But I'm going to get to the point. We did lose a key piece. But at Michigan, also with Harbaugh, his offense leaned heavily on tight ends, fullbacks, power running, and play action. So it's a whole new thing. But I really don't see too much changing from what I've read. Things are not really. I watched Chris O'Leary's press conference, and I've watched some other things. He says really not much is going to change. So that's a good thing. So I know we shall see. I mean, talk is talk, but action speaks loud on the field. So we shall see what happens in that one. But I mean, also for the Chargers, relied almost entirely on Justin Herbert's arm talent a lot last year to get us through. I mean, we had injuries. The offense often became drop back, throw back 40-plus times. Hope Herbert carries the offense. But under Harbaugh, we're seeing the beginning of something different. A balanced offense, a run game, and the throwing game. And it's going to be a little different. We have Mike McDaniel, so it's good. It's going to be a well-balanced offense. We're not going to see that Greg Roman offense. I think I was in a Chargers group yesterday, and someone called the Greg Roman offense ancient and old. You ain't lying. I ain't going to miss that shit at all for the world. I'm looking forward to what's going on. I mean, especially with free agency, what we've been doing, which I'm going to get to pretty soon. I mean, it's looking good. I like the additions. Yes, having all that money, we didn't go out and make a big, huge splash. We took care. Now, I have been I said it last week on the last episode. I was going to work on our new center's name. I spent about 90 minutes talking to myself, going back. His name is not Tyler Badass. His name is Tyler, what is it? Biotish. That's it. Tyler Biotish. I was saying badass so much on the last episode. It's Tyler Biotish, the center. That is his name. It's Tyler Biotish, not badass. But hey, I knew I'd get it. It was the pronunciation I had to work on. That's what I had to work on. But no, JD, you want to pull up the additions pictures, our free agency picture for the additions? All righty. I just mentioned we started free agency. Well, we bought Mike McDaniel brought back some familiar faces. And it seems like the Chargers like to deal with the Ravens quite a bit also too. But we did bring in Alex Ingold. We brought in Cole Strange. We brought in Charlie Kohler and Keaton Mitchell, who was just signed yesterday, who's going to be a wonderful addition to help Amari and Hampton. I mean, let me get to the Alex Ingold signing. The Chargers signed Alex Ingold to a 2-year, $7.5 million contract. Technically, the breakdown, he's getting about 3.9 year one and then 3.75 the second year. But Ingold is was widely considered one of the best fullbacks in the NFL. We saw what he did in Miami, open up the holes, pause for Devon Achane. So to me, hey, bring him on over. Maybe we can do the exactly same. And this is going to help the run game dramatically. I've watched tape on Ingold and other players, and he does do he's a wonderful fullback, and his PFF grades were great in there. So, I mean, during his time with Miami, he helped was the lead back for one of the league's most explosive offenses. He brings several, y'all got a good guard. Yeah, Cole Strange and Mill, that was a good one too. There was some additions that I did like. I think they were more of a scheme-heavy pause for the McDaniel offense. So Derek, I'm getting better. These pause things. I don't like saying it, but I got it. Badass. Derek Badass was better, but you know what? I was a Chargers fan, was watching it. Sent me a message, goes, man, you botched that name. I said, man, I'm not good at pronunciation names like that. And then I was up for like 90 minutes yesterday, and I'm like, before I start today's episode, I got to remember say Tyler Biotish. I'm like, fuck, I finally can say it. It took me 3 times. But no, it's Tyler Biotish. Yeah, so that's a good one. You think the Chargers are going to get Anthony Richardson? Oh, hell no. Oh, I don't need an error code on my team. King, should you want him over with the Rams? It's like saying Control Alt Delete. I ain't going to bring over that. I know to me, he's a developmentally QB. I don't know. I was hoping for a quarterback. I ain't gonna lie. I was talking to Ty Mayman. Why don't we bring over Tua? But we knew that wasn't gonna happen. But that would have been funny. But no. I mean, I haven't really thought about that. I think they may stick with Trey Lance, but do I think that's a great idea? Not really. If I'm thinking about Trey Lance, I don't want to think about that. That means Justin Herbert's hurt. I'm not going there. So, but no, as for Ingold, I was very impressed. Hey, King, come on. Would you want to throw the error code on the Rams? Come on. That's like saying, hey, Matthew, old man Stafford, you're going to get hurt. I'm going to throw in error code. You think he could throw the goddamn ball to Puka Nacua? That man would probably even hit his fucking toes. I couldn't trust the error code. No soup for you. No, none on my team. I'd rather play in place of that kind of shit, man. I'm all set there. But no, Alex Ingold, it was a great signing, and he brings several key skills. Elite lead blocking, strong pass protection is what I saw, especially on YouTube videos and stuff like that as well. He's reliable hands, and a check down option was great. Special teams value was a plus too. Fullbacks may not be dominant in the stat sheet, but in the Harbaugh offense, it's critical pieces to that. I mean, this move signaled Chargers want to run the ball more consistently, and that's another reason we got another pickup, and that was the Charlie Kohler pickup. Now, this one threw me for a mile away because I was like, who the hell is Charlie Kohler? And I'm like, they say he's one of the best blocking tight ends out there. And I'm like, I'm looking into this. I'm like, who is Charlie Kohler? I'm talking to one of my friends who's a Ravens fan. I'm like, Charlie Kohler? And he's a good one. Okay. But, I mean, if I was going to go tight end, I was like, hoping, hey, maybe to go to Njoku or we get a Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert's still out there, but, we shall see what happens. We still got $60-some-odd million to spend. But I know I'm hoping today for Wyatt Teller. That's what I would like today. But Charlie Kohler, the Chargers signed the tight end for 3 years, $24.3 million. Kohler brings size. He's 6'6", physical blocking ability, reliable hands, and a red zone upside. So, yeah, they're going to pair him up with Amari and Hampton. I mentioned Hampton last week. Hey, I'm not giving up on Hampton. That's one thing I'm not. Sorry, Gadsden, my bad. I should know that. Gadsden, I'm not giving up on Gadsden. I think this is going to be Kohler has the potential to be the tight end too. I mean, he's not going to be it'll be Gadsden and Kohler. So, but I wouldn't be shocked if we do add another tight end to the room. But he says he brings reliable hands, a red zone upside. I mean, that's great, But at Iowa State, he was known as a big target in the middle of the field. And in the NFL, he's developed a solid two-way tight end. Expect the Chargers offense to utilize 2 tight end sets, heavy play action, and red zone mismatches. Man, our red zone offense last year was straight rabosh. That's one thing we had to improve on was the red zone. And hopefully with these additions, our red zone offense is a lot better this year. I mean, Kohler could become an important safety valve for Justin Herbert. Now, for fantasy purpose, I hope not. But I'm hoping it's Gadsden. But we're going to run a lot of 2 tight end sets, and we know that's what Mike McDaniel likes to run himself. So we know it's going to be, if you got Gadsden in fantasy, go out and get Kohler also, I would say. I mean, I haven't done that just yet, but that's something I may have to do. But hey, if someone's listening on my any of the rosters or any of the teams, the leagues I'm in, yes, I did say that I'm probably going to be going and getting Kohler sooner or later, but I don't even know. I haven't thought about it. It's just something for those in fantasy, I would say that. But no, the big thing was yesterday. Oh, yes. The Chargers signed in the explosive running back Keaton Mitchell from the Baltimore Ravens. That speedy receiver is going to be joining Amari and Bump Hampton. So the Los Angeles Chargers have added another. Yeah, so the Chargers have added another explosive weapon to their offense, signing Baltimore Ravens Keaton Mitchell to a 2-year, $9.25 million contract with $5 million guaranteed. Mitchell was one of the most electric, undrafted rookies in the NFL when he entered the league, quickly making his name for himself with elite burst and big play ability. This is going to be good. I mean, to help Hampton out. It's going to be the Hampton show, but I think he's just going to relieve as the RB. But we also have Vidal, so we have 3 capable running backs now. It's for fantasy purposes. It shook me up, but you know what? I have to, as I was telling Ty Mayberry this morning and yesterday, you got to I have to take my Chargers homer off and think about my fantasy teams, not just my team. I mean, a lot of my teams have a lot of Chargers players on. I'm known for being a Chargers homer, but you know what? This year's going to be a little different. I'm going to shake things up. So, yeah, but no, why this signing matters, I mean, the Chargers are clearly adding speed and versatility into the backfield. Mitchell is known for the elite acceleration and ability to turn small creases into huge gains. Let's go. When healthy, yes, he has had injury histories in the past. That's another thing to him. When healthy, he has shown the ability to be a change of pace back, big play threat, a weapon in the passing game, and I think that's another reason why Jim Harbaugh liked him. He's a great passing back, and pairing that speed with a quarterback like Justin Herbert could create some serious problems for defenses. They just don't have to worry about Hampton. They now have to worry about Mitchell. I mean, our offense in this, we got a lot better, I feel, with the addition of Mitchell. Now, Mitchell stats you can talk about. I mean, 2023 season, 47 carries, 396 yards, 8.4 yards per carry, one of the best marks in the NFL at year. And he had 2 rushing touchdowns. Now, the receiving production, he had 9 receptions for 93 receiving yards, but his big playability, multiple runs of 30-plus yards, one of the fastest ball carriers in the league. I think last year he was second fastest in the league on 30-plus yard plays. And his elite burst through the line of scrimmage is huge. And his 8.4 yards per carry shows how dangerous he can be. I've seen when he gets through creases, he lets it go. I mean, this is going to be fun. I mean, the Chargers adding pure speed to their backfield, how Mitchell fits the modern-day explosive offense and the Harbaugh offense, whether he becomes a home run threat in the rotation with Hampton. Hampton's got big playability. So having 2 of those power backs, it's going to be nice, I think. But his potential role on screens, outside runs, passing downs. I was watching some film this morning. I was impressed. And my best friend who's a Ravens fan said, "Hey, man, you guys got to steal, man." But hey, I said, "Hey, I'll take it. He's on my team now, not your Ravens." And if he stays healthy, Mitchell has the talent to become one of the most exciting change of pass space backs in the league. I mean, massive. And I mean, for us, so far with free agency, we had a massive upgrade at center. A top 3 blocking tight end in the league, a top 3 blocking fullback in the league, and a 24-year-old speedster with a career 6.3 yards per carry. So to me, we haven't gone out with made that big splash. But you know what? If you notice with the Chargers and Ortiz and Harbaugh, we don't usually go out and make big splashes. We get these. I said to a friend of mine that for free agency, I said, for us, it was like we were shopping at a thrift store, not Neiman Marcus, because everyone was going out and buying the big goods, the expensive toys for their team. We weren't out bargain based, but we just knew what we needed, But obviously, we did, get players we have need. But obviously, we're going to get to that in a second. We lost players that I would like to have. I mean that now. Obviously, the offensive line protecting Justin Herbert must always be the priority, and that was my whole intention. Maybe about 2-3 episodes ago was protect Justin Herbert, and that's what it had to be about. I mean, I like this with Tyler Biadasz. That was a great addition, and then also we had a Cole Strange, and that was. What's up, Bakes? Hey, shout out to my friend Bakes. Shout out to you what your Raiders have done, homie. Yo, man, y'all look good. I ain't going to lie. What you've done on paper is fantastic, but we're going to see what happens on the field. And you got Max Crosby also, man. So, hey, congratulations on your free agency on paper, and we're going to find out during the season what the freak happens. But, man, y'all look night and day on fucking paper. And I ain't going to lie. And I was talking to Ty Mabry. He goes, man, what they've done in free agency is scary. But I said to him on the phone a little earlier, what they've done in free, it looks scary, but let's see what it does on the field. But, man, I'm going to get that soon. The Raiders have improved. I mean, everyone has improved. But the Raiders, out of all the teams, I think have been the most improved team. But their most improved part is going to be adding during the draft. And we shall see what Mendoza does. And if he's if all the hype is what the hype is about. No, man, I salute to y'all, Bakes. Y'all did a fantastic job. For Christ's sake, you had $135 million. So if you didn't go out and buy the groceries, as Bill Parcells said, clip that. man, I don't know what's wrong, but that's Brady's side there, man. You know, you bought the groceries, you got the money, go out and spend it. But, hey, I'm happy for you. I mean, you guys did look like trash last year, but now that trash doesn't look like a trashy team now. I mean, you added Nakobe Dean, Tyler Linderbaum, highest paid center over, was it? It was Creed Humphreys was the highest paid. Now Linderbaum's more like, I think, $9 million more. So you reset the mark. Y'all did a fucking fantastic job, man. I mean, kudos. I mean, you had the money, so yeah, go out and spend it. But now we got to see what it's like. And, hey, congrats to the Raiders. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to say no more Bakes, and the outlook looks a lot better for y'all. But no, the Cole Strange signing, hey, 2-year, $13 million. His most recent season number, he had a 57 run blocking grade, a 42 pass blocking grade. Those numbers aren't amazing. They didn't impress me. But just 1 year early, Strange posted a 79 pass blocking grade. So the Chargers believe that the talent is there. They're just hoping for a bounce back season. Now, I'm going to get to the sad news. JD, you want to pull up the departure picture? All righty. I know I was pulling to. Yeah, this was a rough one. Let me get to who was first. All right, Zion Johnson. He went to the Cleveland Browns. And, let me start off. I'll go out. Zion Johnson, who left the Chargers, we didn't pick. We didn't feel he was a need. And I guess he went over to oh, my dog's scared of the car. Johnson signed a 3-year, $49.5 million contract with the Cleveland Browns. That's with $32 million guaranteed. That deal averages about $16.5 million per season. So obviously he probably outpriced himself with us. And hey, I wish him the best in Cleveland. Excuse my dog. I left the condo. Let's see. The deal averages and that, making him one of the highest paid interior offensive linemen from a free agent class. I mean, for Cleveland, this is a major investment in protecting their quarterback. Now, we don't know who Cleveland's quarterback, if it's going to be Shador, if it's going to be Deshaun Massage Watson, or who the hell knows, or are they going to bring someone in? But we do not know. But, I mean, when I saw the news, I was like, wow, he got that much money. I didn't think he'd get 16.5 a year. I mean, Zion was productive, but I don't know if he was 16. So the Chargers felt best. It was time to move on. I mean, Johnson's time with the Chargers, he was selected 17th out of Boston College. So that was not bad. Quickly became a key piece of the Chargers' offensive line. During his time in LA, he started 65. He only missed one career game with the Chargers. Played primarily left guard for us, and he showed versatility on the interior line because he became known for his durability and adaptability to anchor the run game. And Johnson was one of the most reliable players on the Chargers' offensive line during this tenure with the Chargers, really missing snaps and providing stability up front. I mean, why the Chargers, I felt, let him walk? The Chargers ultimately decided not to match Cleveland's contract offer, which likely came down to roster priorities and salary cap strategy. It's not like we didn't have the money to sign him. So that, to me, was like, what was he doing here? I mean, but with the Browns offering him nearly $50 million over 3 years, the Chargers front office chose to go in a different direction as they continued to reshape the offensive line for Justin Herbert. I mean, the team has already started that process by bringing in center Tyler Biadasz. And they could look to the NFL draft to draft additional free agent signings and to replace Johnson at guard. Now, as I said a little early in the show, who I was hoping for now that Zion's gone to Cleveland is I like Wyatt Teller, who was over in Cleveland. Now, he was a post-June 1st designation. He is available as of today. Now, I haven't checked to see if he's signed yet, but that's who I would like to sign over at guard to take Zion's spot is Wyatt Teller. That's who I would love. But we have the money, but, there are teams of need that also need guard. I know the 49ers need guard, but and it's got to come down to who offers the money or where does he want to go to play. You know, I mean, I saw someone on one of my Facebook posts saying, "Hey, the Texans will take him, but the Texans don't have as much money, so I know they had other needs. So who knows what goes on? But no, when they offer him close to $50 million for nearly 3 seasons, I was like, yikes. But the team is, you know, what this means for losing Zion leaves a significant hole in the interior offensive line. One of the weakest spots, right, of our team was the offensive line and was protecting Justin Herbert. So, man, it was a loss, and now hopefully we can fill that hole. Pause. Chargers now have a major question to answer this offseason, and that's filling this hole. Pause. Who will step in to protect Justin Herbert on the inside of the offensive line? That's a good question. But we got to do this in the draft or in free agency today or during this week or when this cut's made from teams and releases, stuff like that. Whether it's a rookie from the draft or another free agent signing or a player already on a roster, replacing a durable multi-year starter like that, Zion Johnson, will be one of the key storylines to watch for the Chargers, continuing to build their roster for the 2026 season. So, yeah, hey, good luck to Zion in Cleveland. And to my friend Matt Perk, hey, congrats to your Cleveland Browns, because I remember Matt texted me the day. He goes, hey, is he any good? I said, hey, he's a good, serviceable player. He's very durable, and he hardly misses games, so that's a good thing. So, yeah, I mean, shout out to my friend Matt. But, JD, you want to pull up the Tyler Biadasz picture? All righty. So, yeah, I told you we signed a center. Well, Tyler Biadasz, welcome to the Bolts. The Los Angeles Chargers made a key move before free agency, and that was to sign Biadasz to the offensive line, and that was signed Tyler Biadasz. 3-year contract for $30 million. I know I was pushing for Linderbaum, and I was pushing for Connor McGovern. Both. Well, we saw what Linderbaum got to the Raiders. He reset the market. It was I think he got like $81 million and then like some crazy number in guaranteed. So he reset the market. And I knew once we signed Biadasz, Linderbaum and McGovern were totally out. No way were we going to do that. I mean, we had the money, but it wasn't worth spending all that money on one position when we had multiple needs and multiple positions to take care of. Well, the Los Angeles move made a strengthened offensive line. Biadasz got a 3-year, $30 million, as I said, with the Chargers, which averages about $10 million per season. The move gives the Chargers a proven veteran in the middle of the offensive line as they continue to rebuild the trenches. I always say Harbaugh likes to build from the trenches out, and this is build around Justin Herbert. Biadasz arrives with the Chargers after stops with the Dallas Cowboys, my boy Derek's team, and the Washington Commanders, bringing experience and leadership to the Chargers offensive line that badly needed stability. Man, we had one of the most joke of a center, and that was Bradley the Clown Bozeman. Bye-bye, clown. You're gone. You're bye. I don't have to worry about your candy ass on my team anymore. That man was a joke. But Biadasz, looking at his most recent season, Biadasz put together a solid year in the pass protection and the run game. 2025 season, he had 21 pressures allowed, 3 sacks allowed, 67 pass blocking grade, and a 71 run blocking grade. That's excellent compared to what we had. So, I mean, those numbers show a center who was reliable in both phases of the offense. His run blocking grade above 70 highlights his ability to create lanes in the running game while limiting pressure and sacks in the pass protection. And that's going to be better for Justin Herbert and for Amari and Hampton. It's going to be great all around. I mean, his experience and his career background, Biadasz brings plenty of NFL experience to the Chargers offensive line. Drafted 4th round in 2020 NFL draft. Went to Wisconsin. Pro Bowl in 2022. Career games, 92. Career starts, 84. Before entering the NFL, Biadasz was one of the most decorated offensive linemen in college football, winning the Remington Trophy in 2019, which is awarded to the nation's best center. So it's not like, hey, we didn't spend a lot of money on a center, but we got I remember saying 2 episodes ago, this wasn't about signing a huge name as much as I'd want. It was about signing a serviceable stability at the center position that just did enough. But hey, we didn't have to spend so much money. We spent what, 10 million, 30 for 3 years, but we have a center for 3 years. So something that I can say, hey, this is better than what we had, and I'm happy with that. Why this signing really matters for the Chargers? This signing is an absolute stability in the middle of the offensive line. And as I said, the center is the quarterback of the offensive line. So this is going to be a clog and a stability the Chargers didn't have. We had a joke of a center. We always had someone that was just like, it was like a rotation. When Bradley Clown got hurt, we didn't have. Now we have stability. I mean, the center position is responsible for the calling out the protections, adjusting the run blocking schemes, communicating with the quarterback pre-snap. I mean, Biadasz is a full-time starter for several seasons, and his experience should help anchor the Chargers' offensive line and improve the protection for Justin Herbert. So that's going to be a plus. I mean, at $30 million for 3 years, that was a steal. We're getting a starting caliber veteran center at reasonable price, especially for today's offensive line market, which has been high. So yeah, if Biadasz plays to the level he showed last season in Washington, he could end up being one of the most underrated moves in this Chargers offseason, and a move designed to bring consistency, toughness, and leadership to the offensive line, which we badly need. I know it's stressing offensive line episode in out. Offensive line. I mean, so right now, as a free agency breakdown, Biadasz, Ingold, Strange, Kohler, and also the running back, Keaton Mitchell. We re-signed Khalil Mack. Now, I was talking to JD backstage, and he was – I always talk trash about Trey Pipkins. I know Money Mayberry. We hate his ass. We're waiting for him to be cut. Well, the Chargers re-signed him. That's just a joke, and I think he's going to be nothing but a rotational piece. That's it. Not a starter. So yes, the JD said I would address that. Unfortunately, we did bring back Trevor Penning. Oh, that was bad. Now, Dane Leonard we brought back. Del'Shawn Phillips we brought back. Now, as I said, the departures was Zion Johnson. Owe was that. Now, Owe was yeesh. That was I know I wanted to bring him back, but I'll get to that in a minute. And we also brought back Benjamin St. Juste. Oh, no, we lost him. Sorry. He went to Green Bay over to JB's team. And I congratulate him. I said, man, you picked up a hell of a player for an undrafted free agent we got last year who balled out for us. And he had a hell of a season. So congrats to him. But we also released Mekhi Becton, bye-bye, Will Disley, and Savon Washington. Now, as I said, JD, you want to pull up the AFC West player picks? That's going to be like what the division's going to look like. Shout out to my friend Bakes, who was just in the chat. So, JD, it's got about like 4 players on it. It should be there. It's not. If not, it's all good. Well, the AFC West shakeup and major NFL trade news. We know about the Max trial, but that didn't follow through. So all that, but the Raiders did get a lot better. I mean, they got Nakobe Dean, Linderbaum. They got quite a bit on over there in Raiderland. I mean, but and then you also saw Trent McDuffie. He headed on over to the Rams. So the AFC got weaker. And I thought it did get weaker when Max Crosby hypothetically left for a few days, and that trade didn't fall through to failing a physical. But, man, I've never seen some shadiest shit in my life. You think if you're a GM, you do all 150% all on the medical stuff. But seriously, how do you just not go through and say, hey, he just had surgery 8.5 weeks ago and he's got to be ready for the season? Oh, man, that was a joke. I mean, the Ravens just, I don't know why you don't do your due diligence, but, hey, they got their 2 first-round draft picks back. But, it's just some crazy stuff. The AFC West did get better. I mean, the Raiders, obviously the Kansas City Chiefs got better. They picked up the Super Bowl MVP. They're the Queefs. There always will be the Queefs to me. Ain't no Kansas City Chiefs. They're the Kansas City Queefs. Yeah, so K9's over there with the Chiefs now. The Super Bowl MVP's now with the Chiefs. McDuffie's with the Rams. Hey, congrats, King. You guys needed that. And that might be a piece to y'all possibly doing quite well next year. But, hey, congrats on that one. But, actually, yeah, the Rams signed McDuffie for 4 years, $124 million contract, and $100 million guaranteed. God damn. I mean, he's the highest paid cornerback in NFL history. I mean, that signals that the Rams are going all in on defense, adding a young they gave up a first-round draft pick for him, too. A young all-pro corner to anchor their secondary for the foreseeable future. But no. But why this matters for the Chargers, even though all these moves happened outside of the Chargers organization, they still have league-wide ramifications and implications. For the AFC West, the biggest takeaway is simple. Well, Max Crosby's still a Raider. And I thought he was gone. I was like, oh, man, we don't see Mad Max for 2 times. But the Raiders did get better. I mean, their offensive line last year was straight trash. Now they just rebuilt their whole offensive line. I mean, this means the Chargers' offensive line, including the new additions like Tyler Biadasz, will still have to deal with one of the most disruptive pass rushers in football in Max Crosby. And along with all the additions in the Kobe Dean and the other ones that they picked up. I mean, and the Rams, hey, good for them. They got Trent McDuffie. That's one less thing the Chiefs have now. That Trent McDuffie was a good player. Shows how aggressive teams are becoming when it comes to building an elite defenses. So on that one, but I just thought it was wild with the Max Crosby trade. But JD, you want to pull up that Quentin Johnson picture? That was the picture earlier, but the QJ picture. Yeah. Now there was rumor when free agency started. I remember saying it last week that QJ was mentioned as a possible trade target. Well, nothing has happened or transpired just yet that I know of. One of the biggest storylines surrounding the Chargers right now is the future of wide receiver Quentin Johnson. Former first-round pick of 2023 has reached a critical point in his career with the Chargers. Team must soon decide whether Johnson is part of the long-term plan around the quarterback, Justin Herbert, or do we move on? I mean, Quentin Johnson's recent production. Let's see. I mean, Johnson showed improvement over his last season, and the best year of his career was in 2025. 51 receptions, 735 yards, and 8 touchdowns. While those numbers show progress, Johnson still hasn't had a 1,000-yard breakout season. Many expected that from a first-round receiver. Maybe we get that this year. I think it's a make-or-break year for QJ. I mean, he has flashed big play ability, red zone production, but the consistency, including drops early in the career, his first year, has been one of the biggest talking points around the league and in his development. But the 5th-year option decision is around the corner on May. I mean, we're going to make a decision by May 1st. I mean, because Johnson is a first round, the Chargers can choose to pick up the 5th-year option at $18 million the 2025 season. That option would cost the team about it's $15.9 million for 1 year, and it becomes fully guaranteed if exercised. So the Chargers front office has to ask themselves a big question. Is Quentin Johnson nearly worth $16 million for 1 season? Right now, that big decision is looming, and that's a decision we got to make. Now, for me, QJ has shown dramatically improvement the last 2 seasons. Do I think we would bring him back? I think we do. I'm going to say this. I think we do, but a lot of people think we shouldn't. So, it's a decision that's going to be looming, and we shall see what happens. I mean, but trade rumors were swirling that he could possibly be involved in the deal. I didn't see anything. I knew A.J. Brown speculation. Could he be part of a deal, or was he being shopped? His name was floated out there by who was it? Tom Pelissero put the story out there. It was Quentin Johnson, Rashad Bateman, and a few others that were on there. But no, but multiple reports say Johnson's name has been mentioned in a trade. League insiders like Palisaro, they all put that out there. They were open to moving him. So that was like, oh, wow, that he could be on the move. So, but nothing has transpired. I mean, some rumored scenarios included being included in a bigger receiver trade package, possibly being moved for a third-round pick, draft pick. And I thought if we'd probably get a third, but a fourth, but I would love a third. I mean, he was a first-round pick. He has showed. I mean, to me, if he went to a team, a wide receiver need team, let's say, hypothetically, well, Patriots don't need. I mentioned the Patriots or the Raiders, but they filled those needs. I mean, the Patriots picked up what's his name from Green Bay? Oh God, Romeo Doubs and all that kind of stuff. But the Raiders got players also. They picked up Rashid Shaheed, I believe. Right? Yeah. No. They Raiders picked. They did take care of wide receiver and stuff like that. But no, I mean QJ. I mean, do I see him being moved? Could be. Who knows? I really don't know. I'm not in the minds of a GM, but man, I'd like to see him stick around and see what he can do in the Mike McDaniel offense. It's really nice. I mean, I really haven't seen. I mean, I know the Chargers and the Chiefs were mentioned for Tyreek Hill. Now, I think if Tyreek Hill, and Bogey said it on our show this morning, if Tyreek Hill does come to the Chargers, it wouldn't be probably around June because he has that surgery coming up or whenever he has it to see it. But I don't know what's going to happen on that, But, and then do we pick up the option of QJ or not? I mean, decline the option and keep him. They could decline the option and let him play out the final year of his rookie contract. That would make him a free agent after the season, which would turn 2026 be a prove-it year for QJ. So we shall see. Now, if we trade him, if the Chargers are serious about upgrading the receiver position, it's really hard to trade him right now when there's really not many options out there. So we basically put the nail in the coffin on that trading him because there's no one out there right now. So that I see happening. But reports say teams like the Patriots, the Jets, and the Eagles were all potential landing spots for him if a trade would happen. But nothing did transpire, or I don't know if anything's going on right now. But right now, QJ is one of the most fascinating storylines for the Chargers and this offseason right now. He's talented. He's still young, but the Chargers front office has to decide if he's truly part of the long-term vision. Remember, he wasn't drafted in the Harbaugh regime. He was drafted under Coupon Tom Telesco. So, he could be that could be the writing on the wall. Hey, man, you're not part of this regime. You don't fit the system. You don't fit the scheme. So that's why I think if they did, they could move on from him for those reasons. I mean, with the fifth-year option decision coming soon in the trade rumors, he's been a core piece of the Chargers offense. It's a prove-it year in 2026. And we know what these players have prove-it years. They go out in there and they ball. They ball. And I hope Quentin Johnson does ball for us. It's a prove-it year. Ball out, man. Ball out for this team. I love it. And if this is your last year with the Chargers, thank you for all you did. But just go out and ball. Show what you can do. Prove to other teams, hey, I can be that first-round talent what I was drafted at. But we shall see what happens. I mean, it's going to be an interesting one to see. All right, JD, you want to pull up those that comp picks? It's a white picture. All right. With losing Odafe Owe and Zion Johnson. So we are going to receive, I think, a third-round comp pick for Owe. And I believe it's a fourth. No, hold on. Let me not say that because I do have information here. All right. So one of the storylines on the radar for the offseason involved the Chargers and the potential comp picks. For anyone who may not know about the contemporary picks, are often extra draft selections awarded to the NFL teams that lose more qualifying free agents during the season. And these picks typically awarded between rounds 3 and 7 in the draft. Right now, the Chargers are projected to receive one contemporary pick in the 2027 NFL draft. Now, as for over the cap said, we're losing Owe, and he signed a major deal, we're going to get a third-round pick. Now, as for Zion Johnson leaving, we're going to get a fourth-round pick. But I also read on the Zion comp pick. However, there's another part of the equation involving Zion Johnson. Initially, the Chargers are projected to receive a fourth-round comp pick, but tied to Johnson leaving him free. But the projection changed. When the Chargers signed Charlie Kolar, that move canceled out the potential fourth-round comp pick tied to Johnson's departure. So we're only going to get a third-round pick now. And I never knew that until I read more about this. Like, that's crazy. But to me, as I said earlier, I don't like shopping at thrift stores. I'd rather shop at Neiman Marcus. But I know Joe Ortiz did this in Baltimore. I'd rather go out and get a cape. I sent the JD backstage. It's like having a tier in fantasy. Tier players. You got to have your tier 1 free agents. Then you got to have your tier 2. I want to go out. We had the money. I wanted to get out and go out and get tier 1 protection for Justin Herbert. I don't want to get bottom of the barrel players that are just like, hey, this going to walk on through. I want someone that's going to protect Justin Herbert. But you know what? I mean, free agency's not done. I shouldn't say that. I don't know what Joe Ortiz has in mind. As I said, I want Wyatt Teller at guard. I haven't checked my phone. I'm more focused on the show and producing the show for you today. But you know, these comp picks can change, and you can get a great player with these comp picks. I'm not saying I've seen players in draft pick with these comp picks, and look, they turned out to being studs. I mean, it's also important the Chargers fans to understand that the comp picks are fluid throughout the offseason. So they can still change depending on the several factors. Additional free agency signings, contract values of players who leave or sign, players' time and performance during the season, because the NFL formula consists of salary, snap counts, and postseason honors. The final comp picks usually aren't officially announced until the following offseason. So, all these numbers I've read about now, it can change. So we shall see. Right now the Chargers are projected to receive 1 third-round comp pick in 2020. So I said that earlier. So yeah, but JD, you want to pull up that schedule because I know I have a couple of boys here in the thread here in the chat that we will face their teams. Well, I know. Let's see. Well, the 2026 schedule is up, and the Chargers have a doozy of a schedule. You got the initial headaches, the Denver Donkeys asses Broncos. You got the Kansas City Queens. We got the Las Vegas Ray Turds, and we got Peacocks Texans. We got also JD and Bogey and Steamboat and 49ers. We got Gang Green New York Jets. I got the Cardinals, and we got the New England Patriots. Those are the home games. Now the away games. We got the Broncos, the Chiefs, the Raiders. We got Buffalo, the Rams, that's right, King D, Miami Dolphins, the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks, the Baltimore hopeless Ravens, and the Tampa Bay Bucks. And that rounds up our 2026 schedule. So it's going to be a fun one. Even though the NFL, we already know, we know the schedule, we just don't know the dates. And that come around May 13th, we're going to have a schedule release. And when that schedule comes out, man, I'm going to break it all down and I'll decipher it and see what goes on. The Chargers are going to play the AFC rivals twice, as always. We're going to get the NFC East and the NFC West. That's right, JD. We get y'all, and we get the Super Bowl champs. Plus a few additional matchups that are going to be kind of fun. I'm looking forward to that one. But when that all comes down, we'll break it all. I'll break that schedule down because there's 8 home games and there's 9 road games. So it's going to be fun. But, yeah, it's going to be a fun one this year. The schedule is a little tougher. But you know what? Let's see. I got Chase for the Broncos. I got Kansas City Chiefs. I got Mark Davis's Patriots. I got Bakes' Raiders. I got Kiddish Jets. Arizona Cardinals. I got JD and Bogey and Steamboat and Candlestick, all the 49er fans. And I got Peacock Houston Texans. So there's not a team on this schedule. I'm going to try this year, coming season, to bring on someone from every single fan base. I know quite a few people, but all I'm missing is Broncos, Cardinals, and a few other teams. And the Buffalo. I may bring on my friend Robert, who I play fantasy baseball with, and he's a diehard Bills fan, but I don't think he's a big person of being on camera. So I might have him tape something and then send it in, so it'll be kind of fun. But I'm gonna try and get everyone. I know I do have someone, a friend of mine, who was a former Charger fan, and he now is a Baltimore Ravens fan. He was just like Kidda when the Chargers left San Diego. He left the fan base, so he's now a Ravens fan. So I actually sent him a message of the day, and I said, hey, Cali Factor, hey, what do you think? Would you like to come on my podcast next year when we play the Ravens? And you can shoot your shit, talk your shit, all you want about your team, and we'll have a good time. Breakdown. He goes, oh, sure, I'd love to. I said, it's like 5 or 10 minutes, but he said, yeah, I'd love to come on. So I'm looking forward to it. We go back and forth on Facebook and social media all the time about he puts up stuff for my Chargers, and he puts up stuff for his Ravens, and I would just give him all these emojis and eye marks on it. It's kind of fun. But yeah, I love the camaraderie I have with some of my friends on social media about their teams. But I'm passionate about the Chargers, so it is what it is. But no, I'm looking forward, man. I mean, the schedule is what stands out. It's a tough AFC competition. You got the Chargers will face the powerhouse AFC teams like the Bills, Dolphins, Ravens, Jets, and the Texans. AFC rivalry matchups, man. The Chargers take on the NFC West, get the Super Bowl champs, and I get my 1994 Super Bowl rematch. And JD, Bogey, they all know that shit means to me. So I'm be smack talking my ass. I gotta watch what I say to JD that week and to Bogey, because loose slips sink ships. You can clip that one, because I know that's gonna be a fun week for me with my good brothers. And then we also get the Rams and the Cardinals. And hey, King, that's gonna be fun. King, you're welcome to come on Rams week, man. If you want to come on, you can break down the Rams Chargers week, man. It'll be kind of fun. I'd love to have you on. You're always watching from the car, but man, you want to, you can watch with me live, and I can have you live on my show. It'd be good to have fun. But these division battles remain the key. As always, the road to the playoffs runs through the AFC West, but the Chargers will play the Chiefs, Broncos, and Raiders twice, as always. But you know what? Fuck the Queefs, fuck the Donkeys out, and fuck those right turns. I'm always going to hate on all three. Bakes, love you. It's a good brother, my friend. To my friends that are Queefs fans, fuck you, fuck those Chiefs. But on that, you know, my final takeaway on that, the schedule's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a challenging schedule, but I think we'll get through it perfectly fine. But I'm looking forward to breaking down against elite AFC contenders, physical NFC teams like the 49ers, the Seattle. Yes, Staffy, I know you hate the Seahawks. We hate them too. So does JD and so does Bogey and the Super Bowl clumps. But no, we'll do that. But no, as I said, my final thoughts is the Chargers off. What's up, Tino? Team leader Tino in the house. King, the Chargers, if healthy, got it. You know what, man? I love that energy, King. I love your brother, and you always tune in. I appreciate you, man. But no, I really do think we got a schedule. But you know what? If key word for the Chargers every goddamn year, it's about staying healthy. We don't stay healthy. Man, that's the bottom line. If we can stay healthy, I like our shot. I know we have a tough son of a bitch of a quarterback. It showed. But you know what? The pieces we've had this year in free agency, I'm liking it. We got a center. We got Ingold. We got Kolar. Hey, the run game just got a little better. How do you feel about old man? Hey, Tino, I said it earlier. I'm glad that Mack is back. He might be an old man. But then again, if he hit free agency, I wouldn't be surprised if your freaking Cowboys signed him. So he may be old, but Jerry Jones was really hoping he hit free agency because that's Jerry Jones wanted to sign. He was hoping they try to bring Mack in. So, man, he might be old, but he's still productive. He's still putting up those numbers. But, yeah, he's getting up there. But I think this would be the final swan song for Khalil Mack. But, hey, either way, I'm going to take it. You know, O'Leary's about that blitz to come. Yeah, he's going to start blitzing the shit out of people. Yeah, I know that shit. Yeah, I've been watching a salute to Tino and salute to Derek. That's the Cowboy Nation in the house. You fellas got you guys did well in free agency. But as Derek always reminds me in our little thread back and forth, We got to sign George Pickens. God damn it. Derek's like, we've done our signing, but we haven't signed George Pickens just yet. I go, yeah, Derek, that's the main priority. But, man, I don't know, man. I know for Derek, I know for Tino, they want that man signed. But right now, not having him signed, it's kind of crazy what's going on with Cowboys Nation over there. But hey, living here in DFW, man, I see all this Cowboy shit. Anytime I see any kind of Dallas Cowboy news that I'm putting together for our show, first person I send it to is Derek. Because, I swear to God, the older I got, my memories are so shot. As soon as I see a team, if it's the 49ers or the Cowboys or anything related to any of y'all, I always send it to y'all first, and then I send it to the thread in my notes because it's, oh, man, he's going to lose it sooner or later. But no, man, on the final thoughts, the Chargers offseason is officially underway. And the early moves revealed, hey, they have a strategy. Bringing back the Mack attack shows the team believes it can compete right now. Adding Alex Ingold, Charlie Kolar, and the rest of their crew. Man, it's going to be a more physical Harbaugh identity. As I said, he likes a certain kind of offense. He likes them tough. He likes them physical and likes hard-nosed football. And that's what Bogey and JD always tell me. When you sign Harbaugh, hit the kind of football the man likes. And it's kind of nice to have two brothers that, hey, can I pick about what is Harbaugh about? Yeah, he was their coach. But, but there are still big questions for me also. The offensive line needs to freaking be fixed. It's being fixed, but to me, am I satisfied? I'm not fully satisfied. I think the old man, Matt, chasing, I think the Chargers keep him. They got a ton of money. Yeah, we signed him for $18 million, so obviously it was the investment. I think this, but I do think this is his last year. He said it last year that if he did it one more year, that would be it. And hopefully he goes out. I'm not gonna say I was almost gonna say a winner, but I'm gonna say I hope he goes out in style. I mean, he got on a great season. He puts up great numbers. Khalil Mack had a great career. I mean. But the one thing is clear, the Chargers are not standing still. Their roster is still evolving, evaluating. They're trying to make additions. And the 2026 season foundation is being built right now. And that's going to be a wrap for episode 24, the Chargers Power. Follow the channel, the Power. Follow the Gen Wealth. Also head on over to neonpeacockmerch.com. Check out Peacock's YouTube channel. I mean, and also follow us. Wake your game up for Tuesday. I mean, JD's gonna be back. We missed you today, man. The show is different. It is, but it's always good to see you though, man, and have you back there running the shit. You always do a killer job. But also head on over to neonpeacockmerch.com. Take full advantage of the 40% off statewide, 40% off, and then the $13 tees. I believe it's going on till the 16th, if I'm recall. So all that stuff, and I'll tune in, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful rest of your Friday the 13th. And y'all have a great, blessed, safe weekend, and bolt the fuck up. Let's go, Chargers! And good luck to everyone and the rest of their free agency. And JD, thank you. To y'all in the chat, peace. Have a blessed one.
back shit when I'm under the center. Game plan sick, talking under the weather. You know what we doing? I need that all expense paid inclusive. I'm the plug, so I'm plugged into it. About money like with Jewish white Christmas. I'm Scrooge, bitch. My mood is on cruise ship. If you ain't tuned in, you ain't vibing with my moon man. I move shit like Kerry. I'm the cold truth, Fletcher Reed, Jim Carrey. Everything mooey, that mean the price varies. Need that designer cream shit and all Ben and Jerry's. Cream get the money like 36 chambers. Baskin Robbins shit, 31 flavors. Keep it moving.
I can make things move. I can make things move. I can make things move. I can make things move.
Everything on me. Yeah, tell him Bogart scot-free. Lottie-dottie, he like to potty. Fuck with blow shoot, trolling 5 Molly. Heard I carry weight, move packs like a dolly. And I stay fuming, clock me doing Godspeed. Business booming, back-to-back trips moving multiple units. Got mules, got universal soldiers, getting money for sure. Yeah, we ain't shrugging shoulders. You think I'm lucky getting over, made it far, cause I'm sharp, fuck a 4-leaf clover. On my 89, minus the flat top. Getting packs off, smoking on the cash crop. Money talk, if you're broke, then you can't talk. Play a never-ending ball game, Sandlot.
I can make things move. I can make things move. I can make things move. I can make things move.
Getting money when I land there. Smoking all loud so I can't hear. And if your boys bring the noise, all y'all pussies getting scraped pap smear. Codeine got me leaning, pizza. Put your boy on point, pyramid of Giza. I'ma rock like this till I'm an old geezer. No pizza parlor, but we deliver pizzas. Ask Uncle Sam, I'm taxing. Look, ma, no hands, telepathic. I can make things move, I'm carefully calculated when I make these moves. I run shit, don't let me get loose. I'm all about my decks, trying not to get goosed. Keep it moving.